Waxbug94 back with another new video, and we're talking about obscure diecast. And well, obscure means it's a lesser known, so it's going to be very interesting. And I'm also recycling a couple of entries from my iceberg, but 50 of the video is kind of that way. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting video, and there's going to be a couple of rare trucks that are going to be on here. And let's go move on and see what deck we have to find. First one that's up on our list is technically a tooling that nobody really knows. But yeah, Shock Therapy was the first ever one to have the new tooling back in 2013, like the late 2013. And yeah, this is why it's on here. So let's move on. Now let's talk about an entry that not really many people know about. It is the 2010s Matchbox trucks. A lot of people know about the older ones from back in the 1980s and technically 90s. Yeah, these are very overshadowed sometimes, and yeah, very so. Now let's talk about the Meso. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that name. It's very hard to pronounce. Yeah, these are 1/64 scale trucks that came out this year, and yeah, nobody really ever talks about them, but Corey, you know, this appeared in like a diecast news wiki from Western Racing, so I had to put this on here. So back during when Steel Titans 1 was released, well, you get a Grader with this, and this is like the most obscure 1/24 scale Grader I could think up top of my mind, and you could get this in like a collector's edition of Steel Titans 1. You only had the collector's edition for the PlayStation and the Xbox One. And yeah, very self-explanatory. I haven't played the game yet, but I did play the sequel though. It was a very good game. And yeah, very self-explanatory. Now, let's move on. Okay, and if you're a Pixar Cars fan, you probably will easily know about these, but if you're like a Hot Wheels Monster Trucks or a Spin Master or a Hot Wheels Monster diecast collector, you probably forgot these have existed. And well, yeah, these were made for the Mare Tall Tale short, and these are technically considered as Monster Truck diecast. And well, very cool. Totally do wish these trucks were released again, but yeah. Now we're going to talk about diecast companies that you never know made Monster Truck diecast, and well, Johnny Lightning is one of them, and they're very well known for their diecast cars, but I never really heard anyone talking about the Monster Trucks that they have, and they do look very good, and yeah, I totally do wish these trucks get more recognition, but they are very good looking, and probably will pick them up in the future sometime, not sure when. Now let's talk about the Monster Truck Renegades trucks, and yeah, these are trucks that were made in the 1980s by Z Toys from during that time period, same exact time period where the Matchbox trucks was made, and probably the Micro Machines trucks, probably. But, and well, these are very obscure. Not many people know about these trucks existing. You can find them online and stuff, and just not many people document it. But I did make a video. The road trucks are right beside the Monster Truck Renegade trucks, and yeah, they're not as well known as just like these ones, and they do have some that you see online, but not as much. But yeah, it's very crazy that there was like two Monster Truck diecast companies that were right with Matchbox, and yeah, they're both are very obscure, and totally do wish these trucks got more recognition, but I did make a review just like the previous entry that I talked about, and yep, now let's move on again. Let's talk about the Racing Champ trucks. They were made during the 1990s, but Corey, they have not really made any monster trucks ever since, and well, it's very interesting knowing that these trucks exist, and they do look very good, but they're probably expensive online, but still very cool nonetheless. Did you know that Ertl, sorry if I put you butcher that, made a Bigfoot diecast, and I was shocked. I did not know this was ever made. And clearly, these people are very well known for their tractor diecast, or if you're in the Thomas community, yeah, they do make diecasts of this, but I didn't expect they actually made one the vintage Bigfoots. Still very cool looking. I would like to have it. This is a little bit more of an obscure one from the 2010s, and these are the NKOK trucks. I try not to speak it wrongly, or why I call it the N-Knock trucks. Yeah, these are the WWE ones, and they also made a Bigfoot diecast during the 2010. So, and yeah, this actually doesn't look too bad. Of course, though, this is supposed to be based off the somewhat Bigfoot during this time period, but of course, it's not really accurate because the truck being a trophy truck body. But that's besides the point. It's still very cool to know that these are the finally to round out the Bigfoots. These are the Rev Monster Truck 164 scale trucks, and yeah, you can only find these at independent shows, I believe. Great. Yeah, these are 164 scale trucks at Rev. Query besides from the ones from the Iceberg, but they're cool. Now we're going to have to talk about some rare trucks that not very many people know about existing, but we're not going to be counting trucks that are already rare, like Exterminator, Farewell Tour Medusa, Some of these diecasts you have to be a specific place to get them, or something else entirely. So, yeah, now let's go and talk about it. Did you know that Reese's make monster trucks? And yep, this is the Reese's one, and Corey, no, they do have a Hershey one as well. And Corey, recently, just this year, there was a Jolly Rancher one. Sorry if I did not have any images of it, but you go watch Western Race's video. It's very interesting. Are the taxi-free diecast, but one thing that makes it so particular is the truck that's down at the bottom. These diecasts are European exclusive because the tax-free movie was exclusive. Yeah, this was made during 2003. There was a Bell Helmets monster truck, and you only get this truck if you ever got a Bell helmet back during the early 2000s. And yeah, this truck is somewhat rare in some areas, but Corey, it ain't that rare, but it is somewhat rare, and I want to put this on this list. So yeah, now let's move on again. Very well known rare truck in the diecast community. And Corey, this truck is basically obscure because the only place that you get is West 49. And Corey, you have to get these trucks separately. Yeah, it's crazy to believe that this is it. The 1 millionth truck is basically considered somewhat obscure because this truck is a employee exclusive truck back in 2003. And yeah, very self-explanatory, very hard to find. You probably understand already, but yeah, it's crazy to believe that this truck exists. And also, March Ambosity finally completed his collection with this truck as well. And finally, one of the trucks that you probably would never expect on here, but I'm going to little briefly explain this one best as I can. And only very few people know about this truck existed until now. The No Rules crew truck that nobody ever even knows existed. And this is the gray version. There's like multiple versions. There's like 3. And there is a blue one and also a black one's going to be coming here shortly. This truck is exclusive to J.C. Penney, and this truck was made in the 2000s. And this truck is extremely rare. Like, this is one of them trucks that just no one ever talks about. And I want to make a video on this truck. And it's very crazy to believe that this truck was sniffed under all everybody's noses until today. And this is why I made this video on it. End of the video, and this took a while to me to get done because there was a little bit of delay and a little bit of software problems. This is Mr. Black Spike 94. Make sure you like and subscribe as usual. And I make videos weekly. Just depends if I deal with a software problem. And well, I'm going to be pointing out some newer video ideas. Just not sure what. So I'm going to have to do like fan votes. And this is Mr. Black Spike 94, and hope you all have a great night.